Rule number 4, price breaks or plots above current H1 middle pivot. Go long. See the arrow pointing to price plotting above the H1 middle pivot. Okay? Now, the H1 middle pivot is the average price of the previous period's high, low, and close prices. Okay? So, since this is the average price, we know that prices above this average price are above average prices or higher prices. Prices below this average price are below average prices or lower prices. Okay? Rule 4 explained. All of these bullish interpretations caused the perception of value to be a price at higher prices, which is why value is being found at higher prices above H1 middle pivot. Okay? So the fact that price is now above current H1 middle pivot, that shows that value is being found at higher prices or above average prices. Okay? And that is key because the market is transacting at higher prices, and what is needed to form a transaction? Value. Value is needed, fair value, a price where both buyers and sellers agree. So the fact that the market is transacting at higher prices, meaning the fact that the market is finding value at higher prices, that indicates that the perception of value is a price at higher prices, and we trade in that direction of value. We trade in that direction of the perception of value, which is up. Okay? And value being found at higher prices represents the final phase or the completion phase of the core progression of auction theory, which is interpretations, forms market sentiment, which forms the perception of value. And that perception of value leads to value being found. Okay? And the fact that value is being found at higher prices further shows and further confirms that the perception of value is a price at higher prices. Okay? And it was all due to the interpretation formed by the market of the weekly S2. Okay? So the weekly S2 interpretation that the market formed led to value being found at higher prices. All right? Rule number 5. Set SL good distance below H4 S2. Main target is the next higher weekly pivot. Drag SL up as price moves up to secure profits, or you can wait for price to hit main target before dragging SL up. You can also close the trade when price hits the main target. Okay? So you see the arrow pointing here. This is the H4S1. The H4S2 is further below, but it's not shown on the screenshot. So we would place the stop loss a good distance below that H4S2 level. Okay? And the target is the next higher weekly pivot. So since price bounced up from the weekly S2, our target is the next higher weekly pivot, which is the weekly MS2. Okay? Which is the midpoint pivot between the weekly S1 and the weekly S2. Okay? This dashed line right here. Okay? And as it moves and it hits this target, you can then drag your stop loss up and just keep on dragging it as price moves up. thereby securing your profits. Or you can just exit the trade at this target. It's up to you how you want to manage it. Okay?